How am I in better shape now at age 59 than I was decades ago? And not just physically, mentally as well. My energy is higher, my focus is sharper, my reaction time's even better. I have more lean muscle mass, I'm stronger, and honestly, I think I look better now than I did in my 20s. That's not luck, that's not genetics, that's not performance enhancing drugs, it's not AI, and it's definitely not magic. It's the result of years of refining the right training, nutrition, recovery, and longevity protocols for men my age. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what changed everything for me. But before I do that, my name is Andrew Kolasco, and from here on out, I am your very own longevity coach for you men 50 plus. Every week, I'm here to give you the insider info, the no BS on the modalities and protocols that really work, that will really move that health span needle for you, increasing your lean muscle mass, your strength, your cardiovascular robustness, your energy levels, and your overall sense of well-being. So if you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. Be here every week as I go through what will actually help us in our future years and really make a difference. And I want to hear from you. Let me know what you thought of the content. I adore your feedback. It is what keeps this channel going. And it's also helping the community here, the 50 plus men, because together we're able to give advice, pro tips, other types of insights that you only get with experience. So keep it locked here. And now let's learn how I got this way. At 59 years old, I stay in this shape year round. It's not for just some staged summer photo that I keep using over and over again. It's not filters, it's not Photoshop, and it's not that AI generated nonsense. By the way, why are so many people clicking on these AI generated thumbnails with AI generated videos? Not even a real person talking to you. I don't know how a computer can tell you what it's like and how to perform in a 50 plus body. It baffles me and irks me, frankly. But what you see in my thumbnail, that's real. B-roll, the images here of me training, that's this guy. Okay. And what matters to me even more than the physique is how I feel, because that's really what you got to go through every day with, not just one click of this time and space where you looked great. It's that you need to feel mentally sharp on an ongoing basis so you can feel great and have great, relationships, great experiences, great performance in your athletic and fitness endeavors. Today, my memory is stronger, my memory is clear, my multitasking is faster, and my overall mental performance is significantly better. That's why I always say longevity isn't just about the body, it's about the brain, because the real goal isn't just surviving longer, it's performing better longer. And the foundation of that is resistance training, cardiovascular conditioning, movement, recovery, and nutrition. These are the fountains, these are the pillars of youth. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. First off, we're going to talk about resistance training because, in my 50s, I've been able to put on more muscle mass and be able to keep good symmetry and even increase my strength. So there's a thing that you got to know, got to lift heavy. There's no shortcut around progressive overload. Your muscles must continually be challenged. That can mean more weight, more volume, more control, or more tension over time. The key is progression. And one of the biggest challenges I made over the last several years is learning how to really train a muscle instead of just moving the weight. I've become obsessed with the overall setup for my resistance training, the positioning, the stabilization, execution, and keeping tension exactly where I want it. Once I stopped ego lifting and started precision lifting, my physique changed dramatically. Another thing that changed, intention. When I train, I am fully locked in. So no scrolling, no texting, no distractions. Your phone has no business being on the gym floor. Most people spend half their workout mentally somewhere else. I call that junk miles. I train in a near flow state, almost like an active meditation, completely present, completely focused. and that changes the results that you get. I train using an upper lower split, hitting my muscle groups for that area every third day. Why? Because muscle recovery matters. You see, muscle synthesis continues for approximately about 72 hours. And another thing that I've learned that the research has pointed out is that not doing your muscle training on the same day as your cardio training. Okay, you don't want intense muscle training and intense cardio training because training is catabolic. Recovery is anabolic. You don't build muscle in the gym, you build it afterward when your body finally enters into a calm, parasympathetic recovery state. That's why I separate my VO2 work and my resistance training on 2 different days. Once I did that, my gains improved dramatically. Now, let's talk cardio, but I actually don't really like calling it cardio. I like to call it VO2 max training because I like to be intentional with what it is I'm doing for my cardiovascular system. And so, your VO2 max training, that is how much oxygen you can extract, how you utilize that oxygen, and how to generate energy efficiently. Your VO2 max is one of the strongest predictors of what your health span is going to be. In my training, principle here is pretty simple, okay? And it's not that hard to do. You just have to put it in the right percentages. So about 80, 85%, you want to be in zone 2. About 10, 15%, you want to do interval training, like a Norwegian 4x4. Zone 2 is a conversational pace. You can talk, but you can't sing. This is where I build my aerobic engine. My zone 2 training consists of rowing, stationary bike, incline on the treadmill, or rucking. For my high intensity interval training, I like to do the Norwegian 4x4. So make sure you do a 5-minute warm up, get yourself loose, you get yourself ready, because then you're going to go all out, right? You are going about 80% of what you can do. And you do that for 4 minutes. You stay consistent, you stay in that, whatever you set it at, if it's at 7 miles an hour at, 3 incline, or doesn't really matter what it is, you do it so that it challenges you. So you're 4 minutes on, 3-minute break, 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 and then 5-minute cool down. And that's it. You got it. It's a tough day, but highly effective in building that peak for your VO2 max. Now let's talk nutrition. Number one, biggest shift for me, prioritizing protein. This has made a real difference here in the last several years as I've upped my protein. Now, I weigh about 200 pounds. I've weighed up to about 218, but I've been able to get it down to around a nice, lean, strong 200 pounds. So I am consuming about 210 to 230 grams of protein per day. Basically, the minimum you should be consuming for protein is 1 gram per pound of target body weight. So if you want to be 180 and you're at 170, then you want to up it to 180. If you're 190 and you want to be 180, then you need to lower that to that 180. So that's how many grams of protein that you consume per day. And I found that the lean muscle mass that you have, you maintain it as you age, then you're going to be healthier, more metabolically resilient, and the better quality of life you'll have. I structure my meals around protein first. My post workout, I do EAAs, creatine, collagen protein, and whey protein. Now, the collagen, that helps as a bioactive peptide. It sets off a cascade of the protein synthesis, which will actually make it more effective. So the whey protein you have, it'll actually be better assimilated and therefore give you more muscle, better results. Now, if we're going to talk about nutrition and meals, I cannot neglect to mention my high protein pancake. You can check it out in this video here, what I eat, because it'll give you exactly the recipe that I use and go through. I'll tell you a little bit about it, though. It includes whey protein powder. It includes coconut flour. It includes a little bit of almond milk, banana, frozen blueberries. Delish. Okay. My other meals revolve around lean ground beef, which lean ground beef is masticated. That's not a naughty word. That actually means it's just chewed up. Okay. It's already ground up. And they're using the parts of the cow where it's a little tougher meat, right? So the flank, the brisket, those kind of things have more collagen throughout them. So just like I mentioned with the post-workout shake, is that you want to get that collagen in there because it helps set off the cascade. It helps better assimilate that protein so they can get into your system and better work. This has been a game changer for me. You can look at ground chicken, you can look at ground turkey. Those are going to have more of the ligament, right? It's going to have more of the cartilage in there. And that is going to be so beneficial for protein. Plus, it's good for your skin. It's good for your overall complexion. It's great things with like that too, skin as you age is of course a concern. I'm also having yogurt. I'm having muesli. Make sure I get my blueberries in and fibers, vegetables. It's simple, it's consistent, and effective. Now, let's talk supplements. Supplements, not magic, but they help with the margins, okay? The biggest staples for me are creatine, NAC, TMG, omega 3s, carnitine, taurine, and there's several others I take. You can look at my Substack right here to get more detail there. Because here is the thing that I'm going for. Even if it's a 10% more recovery or 10% more gain in my performance, my cognition, and my muscle retention, then I'm here for it. Okay. But don't expect any big dramatic overnight things. It's just something that's consistent that helps. Like the word says, it's a supplement. Okay. It can help overall your diet, make sure the diet's good. And this can help fill in some of the areas that you need help in. So you look at to see where you're deficient in, to where the areas you'd like to strengthen, and make sure your supplements are coming in and help fill that gap. And what's the most underrated thing that I've done that I feel has really made a difference for me? It's meditation, hands down. It helps me be calmer overall. It helps me be emotionally regulated, more grounded, more focused, and honestly, happier. Meditation has changed not just my health, but my relationship with life itself. And finally, the biggest secret of all, consistency. Now, it's really not a secret. That's the staple. Every decision you make, right? Every workout, every meal, every walk you take, this moves you further and further down the road. And you keep doing it again and again and again. You do not decide your future. You decide your habits, and your habits decide your future. One foot in front of the other, because you are the sculptor, okay? You are the one in control. You're the Michelangelo. You perform the way you know that you need to do, making decisions that you need to do in a forward motion, progressing and keeping with it. Hey, it's okay to make mistakes once in a while, but overall, in any given week, you keep your meals consistent, you keep your workouts consistent, and then you're going to have a good month, you're going to have a good year, and you're going to have a good decade, and the rest of your life ahead of you is going to be better. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Once again, I want to get back to the comments, and all the subscribers that have been coming in lately. It's been great. It's been wonderful. I appreciate your support. I appreciate hearing from you. I read and respond to all the comments, and I'm grateful for the relationship that we have, that we can build each other up. We can help each other have the best possible future ahead of us. Now, let's get at it.